Today I'm going to show you some box modeling with HyperNURBS. So let's get started with a cube. We will create a water faucet. So let's make this cube 20 by 20 by 20. Just adjust its position, make it editable via C or this command, and just go to the polygon editing mode. I'll select one face and make this a little bit smaller, and we'll create some extrusions. That's via the extrude tool. That's on structure extrude, or D, with the letter D on the keyboard for shortcut, and then just click and drag. Then let's just take the scale tool, that's T on the keyboard, and again the extrude tool with D, just to make our base. And I will now make some cuts. So I'll get to the top view and use the knife. That would be in structure knife, or K in the keyboard for a shortcut. I'll select visible only and restrict to selection, and just making one click, holding shift and dragging, just to create 3 sections on this polygon. It doesn't have to be perfect. We can adjust it going to the edge mode, grabbing the move tool, and dragging this inwards. Okay, so let's get back to polygon mode, and again with the extrude tool we'll make 3 extrusions. We can just set the offset here. I'll choose 3 meters, and as you can see it updates, and let's just hit new transform again and again. So now we have 3 extrusions with the 3 subdivisions. So I'll select these 5 polygons and again extrude. Okay, so about this far will be okay, and I'll just take this part and extrude it inwards about this far, and take this face and I'll make an inner extrude. You can find that on structure extrude inner, or shortcut I in the keyboard. And let's just make this polygon a little bit smaller via the inner extrude, and with the normal extrude I'll just put it down a bit and we can adjust it. So the idea is that the water would come from this part, go up, and then just flow through this face and fall down. So this would be the basic form of our object, and it's really boxy. So what we will do is just create a HyperNURBS and make the cube child of the HyperNURBS. And as you can see, everything became a lot more rounded and it lost its original form. So we will now correct that. So I will disable the HyperNURBS and go to the cube on polygon editing mode, get to the knife, okay, and change it to loop. And the idea is to make some cuts on the key areas, so really close to the important edges, but here, and some vertical ones as well. As you can see, this tool can get a little crazy sometimes, so we can take the line one, go to our top view, and I'll disable visible only. Let's see how this works. So now that I've enabled the HyperNURBS, at least this part has a more rigid form, and we need more cuts on this other part. So again, I'll go to the top view and start making some cuts. Okay, so this looks a lot better, and perhaps some last cuts over this part. Just click, hold shift and drag, click, hold shift and drag, and this looks a lot better. We can always polish the geometry, but for effects of this tutorial, this seems pretty okay. And we'll now model the other parts of the faucet. I will now create another cube and make it a bit smaller. I'll start adjusting its size. 40 will be okay. And on the z-axis, a bit bigger, about 110. The y20, and I'll enable this part and just make the radius smaller. Okay, so let's take our cube, make it editable, and on one of these views I'll take this selection tool. It's okay to have tolerant selection and only select visible elements disabled. So I'll just select these upper parts and delete them, these lower parts and delete them, and using the close polygon hole tool, I'll close the upper and the bottom hole. Okay, and I'll just make this a little bit thinner, about 0.5, and the other one about -0.5, just to create the base of our object. And I think